Okay, so I'm here in Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm gonna check out Connecticut's old Statehouse. Now, this is the former state capitol, and it's been turned into a museum. So we're gonna check out the museum, but hidden inside, something really cool you're not gonna wanna miss. Come with me. So now this hall was the House of Representatives for Connecticut. And interestingly enough, one of the representatives here was P.T. Barnum. And so now here we have the Connecticut State Senate Chamber. And you'll notice that painting of George Washington, that is an original painting of George Washington when he was alive, and it's still hanging in the same spot it originally hung. That's incredible. Okay, so the main reason I came here is to see this Oddities museum they have up here in the Statehouse. Wait till you see this. This is some cool stuff. This is incredible. Where do I even begin? So here we have all manner of mounted animal heads. We got rams, large boar, we have caribou, that's a warthog, elk, I'm guessing that's a wolf. That's awesome. And we have here what I'm assuming is an elephant's tusk, but I could be wrong about that. And we have a gator hanging from the ceiling upside down. Not sure why he's upside down, but it's definitely an interesting sight. And here we have a calf with two completely formed heads attached to it. We have all these different colorful birds. So we have bugs, all kinds of creepy crawlers, tarantulas, bats. Look at these piranhas. Look at those teeth. Gator, got a king cobra right here. Got a really big gator head right there. Have some more bones. We have a strange little ferret and a blue heron, it looks like. Up here we have a mud puppy. So that's a type of salamander. Up top we have a full-size mountain lion ready to strike. Some lovely butterflies and moths and things. Looks like we have a collection of eggs, different bird eggs. Looks like we have a lobster and some fish. Look at the size of that lobster claw. You would need a lot of butter for that. We have more just preserved ocean creatures here. This is a skate. We have a giant clamshell. Over here we have some more seashells. We have an ox and a moose and some turtles hanging overhead. So it looks like we have some fossils in this case here. And down below we have this massive whale vertebrae. Here we have a mountain goat. And in this case we have a narwhal's horn, and I didn't realize these things were so long. Now back here, is that a human hand? And so this room is the courthouse, and get a look at this chandelier. And so now this courtroom was where the Amistad trials actually took place. And for those of you who don't know, that was a slave ship in which the slaves revolted and took over, and they were put on trial here and eventually granted their freedom. Yeah, and this is a depiction of the enslaved people revolting against the captain of the ship. And this is a painting of the ship, and I suppose these were items that might have been found aboard the ship. Okay, so now down here on the lower level, there is an exhibit about Hartford history. It's called History is All Around Us. So let's see what we have here. And the first thing that stands out is this incredible antique fire engine. My goodness, look at this. This is beautiful. So I just want to point out that this part of the museum has a very late 90s, early 2000s design aesthetic to it. It almost reminds me of Forest Fair Village a little bit. Would you agree on that? So in this case, it has some historical art pieces created in Hartford. We have this beautiful grandfather clock here. And so this is a historic billboard for a hotel. Interesting. And here we have some of these old style, big wheel, old-timey bicycles. I've always wanted to try riding one of these. I'd probably fall flat on my face and injure myself, but it would be funny. And here is a plane turbine made by Pratt & Whitney Company, based out of Hartford. So if you're into old games, you've probably heard of Coleco and ColecoVision, but I just learned that that stood for Connecticut Leather Company, and that's really interesting. And these are some things that were manufactured by Coleco. And I did not know this, but Coleco actually made Cabbage Patch dolls. Isn't that crazy? So now in these cases, we have all manner of objects made in Connecticut. Look at that cool little sleigh right there. Oh, and take a look at all those old cleaning products. And that Electrolux vacuum. Look at that thing. And so back in the day, Connecticut was known for having a very large typewriter industry. Something that has been rendered completely obsolete in this day and age. But they're still cool devices. And look here, we have some old communication devices. We have an old BlackBerry. Remember those? We have this brick-sized laptop. And just look at these old phones. Oh, I love those. They're really neat. And we have a telegraph clicker. So in this case, on these cool rotating tables, we have stuff that you might see in a kitchen. All these coffee makers. There's some bar stuff down here. What do we have over here? all kinds of old appliances. Oh, no way. Bonton. And so take a look at this. This is a sign for G. Fox and Company, which was a department store brand from Connecticut, which no longer exists. Yeah, so here's an old G. Fox catalog. And you know I'm a mall lover. G. Fox was actually attached to certain malls in the area, but it was phased out quite some time ago. So that was a really cool museum. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did come there mainly for the curiosities, but everything else there was really great too. Being where they had the Amistad trial, I was not expecting that. That was very interesting. So I hope you had as much fun watching this video as I did making it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video.